is Miles Olivia House, and this is my game Permutation. I made this game as part of my master's thesis. I just graduated with an MFA in Design and Technology from Parsons, and this is the game I made, but I put a lot of work into it, and so I wanted to show it here as well. This is an audio-first game, so most of the gameplay and mechanics take place in audio-only levels, so get ready to look at a black screen for a lot of this playthrough, and enjoy. Wake up. Also, all of the narration in this game is done by me as well, so don't confuse it with this voiceover. Are you there? I know you don't know who I am, but I can help you unlock this door. We're going to have to work together, though. Are you in? Oh, you can't speak, can you? Okay. You can communicate with me by knocking on different places on the door. Let's practice. Knock on the top of the door, please. Great. Now knock on the left side of the door. Good, good. Now knock on the bottom of the door. Okay, now knock on the right side of the door. Okay, good. I think we can use this. To open this door, we're going to have to recall a story, but I don't think I can remember all of it, and I know you don't really remember, well, anything. But it's impossible to erase something completely. There are always traces that remain. When you hear me offer up choices, you must decide what actually took place. Just trust your gut, okay? You can knock on the left side of the door to select the first option, or on the right side to select the second. We can start with something simple. The story begins on a day when you wake up too cozy in bed and can't be sure if the day outside is going to make the prospect of leaving its soft embrace better or worse. Slowly, you reach out 1 foot from under the blankets and step onto the old wooden floor. You trundle over to the other side of the room, arms outstretched, eyes bleary from sleep. Your fingers brush against fabric and you grasp at it, pulling, as the curtains give way. Did you find the weather sanguine and fair, or dark and stormy? The curtains open to reveal rain-soaked window panes. Lightning slashes through the sky and you shrink back, allowing the curtains to fall closed. Once again, your room is plunged into darkness. Some light would really help right now, but the light switch is all the way across the room. Does the prospect of walking blindly through the shadows fill you with stomach-churning terror, or dauntless bravery at the prospect of this task? Small pinpricks of fear burn behind your eyes as you look out desperately into the blackness. You begin to move forward, but every step seems too loud. Even the sound of hair rustling against your ears as you move becomes an unbearable cacophony. Your heartbeat flutters in your chest, and you take short, gasping breaths. Fueled by your sleep-addled imagination, the shadows around you seem to morph and twist into monstrous shapes. But step by step, you persevere, reaching, blindly seeking the light switch. Your hands slide across the empty, smooth surface of the wall until the tips of your fingers flick the light on. You look around your room and your cheeks flush with embarrassment as you realize that you've been a bit silly. There's nothing to be afraid of here. Still, you double-check that the lock to your bedroom door is secure. You doubt anyone would try to pick the lock. You're spiraling. It's okay. Lock-picking is not a common skill. I promise you're safe here. You sit back down on the edge of your bed and close your eyes. You take a deep, calming breath. Just relax. There's nothing to be afraid of.
So, our choices in the audio-only level have then affected the visuals of this game, but they don't only affect the visuals, they also affect the mechanics that you can use to get into the other doors. So I know we talked about like lock picking in that audio-only level, and as you can see, now we're gaining a new skill, remembering that we can also pick locks, and this is reflected in a bunch of different ways throughout the game. And since this is a branching narrative style game, there are like 16 different endings. We're not going to be able to get to all of them, but we'll probably get through maybe this door and that's it. But I hope you take some time and play on your own, see what can happen.
Your eyes snap open, and you can just barely make out the familiar ceiling above you. Why is it so dark? You turned on the lights, didn't you? You reach over to the lamp on your bedside table. You flick the switch again. But nothing happens. The storm must have blown out the power. A roaring fills your ears, and your gut screams at you to hide. Knock on the top of the door to hide. You pull the covers over your head and hide from the crushing blackness. Take a second and just breathe, okay? You calm yourself and tentatively poke your head out from underneath the safety of the blankets. Everything is fine. You just need to get the lights back on. Unfortunately, the only way to do that is to go and find the fuse box in the basement. All right. Before you go, should you get dressed or stay in your pajamas? Your pajamas are soft and warm, and they make you feel safe. So you decide to stay in them as you tiptoe out of bed and over to the door. You force yourself to think about nice things, like cupcakes and cats, as you step out into the dark hallway. You shut your bedroom door firmly behind you and set out towards the basement. Every creaking stair and floorboard has the hair on your arms standing on end, but eventually you make it to the bottom of the basement steps. The basement is so dark that you can barely see. Something large blocks the path in front of you. You're going to have to maneuver yourself under it to get to the fuse box. Knock on the bottom of the door to duck. Ducking low, you shuffle through the labyrinth of stored and forgotten items until you get to the fuse box. It's too high for you to easily reach, so you pull a small stool out from the corner and position it just in front of the device. Then, you carefully jump onto the stool and find yourself at eye level with a confusing swath of switches with old pieces of peeling tape labeling them as each room. You spend a moment trying to decipher which switch should be flipped when you hear a heavy thudding footsteps descending the basement stairs behind you. Quick, find a place to hide. Your head whips back and forth as you search for a place to stuff yourself into. A cabinet catches your eye, and you run for it. Flinging the door open, you find some old camping gear inside. But luckily, there's still enough room to fit your body in as well. You fold yourself in among the sleeping bags and tents and pull the cabinet door shut in front of you. Crashing sounds fill the basement as items are knocked over in the path of some unknown creature's rampage. You hold your breath as the sound draws closer and closer to where you cower. You close your eyes and do your best to keep quiet.
So yeah, I think this is about as far as I'm going to get to in this little playthrough. I think I'm going to include a part 2 in the description. If you're so inclined, you can watch till the end of this run, but I don't want to take more than 10 minutes for this, so thank you so much for watching. Please play through the rest of the game, and thank you so much.